Hey, Grace family. Well, if you can believe it, the fall season is almost upon us, which means our fall ministry kickoffs are just around the corner too. And in this tumultuous season that we've all been living through, getting our old rhythms back in place sure sounds good to me. And we hope it sounds good to you as well. Having more opportunities to gather in various ways, to fellowship, worship, and grow on our faith together is so good. So here's a rundown of what's on tap starting in December for our men, women, overflow, and young families and their children. So for our men, our Axios Discipleship Ministry will be heading into our 11th year. And this year we're going to be exploring 3 books of the Bible that have come to be called wisdom literature: Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Job. And these books reveal the collected wisdom of generations of godly people and invite us to consider the complexity and simplicity of living wisely in God's good world. And I'm really excited about this series, and particularly about getting at the question, what is the good life? And how holding these perspectives of all 3 of these books together help us answer that question. Our Axios kickoff is set for September 18th, and we'll be meeting in small groups each Friday morning at 7 o'clock at Grace per usual. And for any of you who are not quite yet comfortable in meeting in person, we'll be providing a Zoom option to be determined later. And you can register for Axios by selecting the link that's in this email that accompanied this video. I'm looking forward to engaging another year with you. Can't wait to see you. And for those of you who have been a part of our senior men's group that meets on Tuesday mornings, you'll be receiving details soon as to your next step, so stay tuned for that. Well, let me pass the baton to Christina, who will share with you what's in store for the women of Grace.
Ladies of Grace, let me start out by telling you that I have missed you so much. Not only have we not been able to gather as the broader community, but I've missed gathering with you as the women of our church. But I want to tell you that I'm excited. We're going to have opportunity to gather this fall. We are going to have Abide and Abide at Night. We're going to make some adjustments to make sure that it's a safe environment for all who participate. But we're going to gather on Wednesday mornings from 9:15 to 11:30 a.m. on our church campus. And we're going to gather on Tuesday evenings from 6 to 8 p.m. on our church campus. And so I hope that you will join us. We're going to be studying the attributes of God in the Psalms this fall. And I really am so excited about this study. I trust that it's timely and that God will move significantly through the truth of His word in the Psalms. I also want to say, if you're somebody who is unable to participate in person, we have a new option for you. We have Abide Virtual, and that'll be a chance for you to still participate, listen to the teaching, have a small group through Zoom, and connection and community and fellowship and prayer and life-to-life sharing. This will happen based on the time of those who register. We're going to set a time based on those who are going to need Abide Virtual. But I want to say, whether it's based on location or your sensibilities about the pandemic or your children are at home, we would love to have you participate in Abide Virtual if you're unable to do so in person. I also want to say, for our blessing ministry, sadly, we are unable to provide childcare at this time based on state and city mandates. That said, we are providing an alternative to blessing for the women who have young children. This will be a ministry that meets on Thursday evenings from 7 to 9 p.m. with a hard stop, and it's going to be evenings in the Psalms. We're going to just take some time to meditate and reflect on God's word. We're going to have a small group discussion, prayer time, fellowship, and I have to say the mentor moms have all committed to being there from Blessing, and so it's going to be a neat time to just gather and be with one another. And men, if you're listening and you have a wife who has young children, you have them too, we hope that you will support your wives in being able to participate in these evenings in the Psalms so that we can continue our community with women at that stage of life. That said, all of this information is online and so much more. I really hope you'll read the information that we have for you based on this email, or if you go to our new website. And I hope that as the Ladies of Grace, you will find some way to participate and gather as women this fall. I'm looking forward to it.
Hello, Overflow and Overflow families. We're so excited for this fall, and I know that this summer has been different for all of us, and this fall is going to look a lot different. But we're really excited for the meaningful opportunities we have to connect and gather and grow together. And I'm going to get into some of the opportunities that we have going into the fall and what we're offering. But before I do that, I want to update you and remind some of you that already know about some staff that we have recently hired and we're really excited about. As you know, we have been prayerfully and patiently searching for a junior high pastor for the junior hires, and we have found someone, and we're really excited to hire Luke Seidman starting full-time in December, but he'll be around and be providing teaching and leadership alongside Cameron in junior high for the fall as well while he finishes up school at Pepperdine. But we got a sense that it was really important that we waited for the right person, and we are confident that Luke is the right person. He was a former student in Overflow and has been a part of our community for a while in various leadership capacities, and we're just really excited to fully bring him on board, and yeah, super grateful. We also have hired Sophia Franco as our Overflow worship director, and she's a Biola grad, has a passion for leading youth in worship, and she'll be overseeing our youth band and then also just providing some leadership and vision for worship and prayer and some other aspects of that. So we're really excited about that. And if you are interested in joining our youth worship band and you're in 6th grade through 12th grade, really encourage you to reach out to Sophia. We'll send some more info on that. But we are so grateful for God's faithfulness in providing quality leadership for Overflow for as long as we can remember, and continues to do so, whether it be our small group leaders or our full-time staff. So grateful, and thank you for your patience with us in that. So this fall, really looking forward to Sunday night gatherings. We will be meeting as youth, junior high and high school, on the church patio at 7 p.m. to 8:30ish on each Sunday starting on September 13th. And that's going to be a simple time of biblical teaching and worship and fellowship together. And of course, we'll have some simple guidelines and precautions to ensure safety for one another and our leaders. But it's going to be a really sweet time together. So really looking forward to that, and encourage you to make it a priority each and every week. We wish that we could be gathering together all together as families on Sundays, but because of space and capacity, we figured that this would be a great alternative, and it might even be kind of fun to be meeting together as youth. And with that, we will not be meeting all together on Wednesday nights for small groups, but small groups in person will be starting on Wednesday nights, starting September 16th. And how this is going to look is junior high will be meeting at the church in various outside spaces that we're going to set up in some spacious meeting rooms. And high school leaders will have an option to either meet in a space at the church or to choose an off-campus location, whether it be someone's house, backyard, a park, things like that. So because there's so many of our youth meeting at one time normally on Wednesdays, we had to make the decision to kind of spread ourselves out on Wednesdays, so we won't be meeting all together, which makes Sundays even more important for us to get together. So we're really excited about that. But we will have small group signups starting August 28th. So we ask that you would sign up and also make Wednesday night small groups our priority. We're really excited to dive into discussion and seek truth together, and Wednesdays are a great opportunity for that. We also have sent out fall calendars. We're going to be doing quarterly calendars now, just in light of the moment. So keep your eyes open for that, parents, and let us know if you have any questions. But we are so excited to connect and to gather, and are really looking forward to that. Last thing is, for those of you that aren't able to meet, whether it be for health reasons or otherwise, we are going to be providing a daily podcast called the Overflow Daily that will have daily devotionals, worship sets, scripture readings, and things like that will offer periodically throughout the fall. And then also we'll have podcast recordings of the teaching on Sundays. And then we will have Zoom small groups on Wednesday nights led by one of us on Overflow staff for any students who are unable to meet in person for whatever reason. And then if a small group leader is unable to meet in person for whatever reason, that small group will just go virtual on Zoom for that week or for however long need be. So we're going to be flexible, and we're ready for that, but we're so excited for what God has in store.
Well, finally, I want to share with you some new developments with our ministry to children and their families. As most of you know, our faithful friend Wendy Bowers, who directed our children's ministry, moved to new adventures in Missouri. And Amber Mitchell, who's been helping her out for a number of years, has also decided to take a breather and will be peeling off after this month, after just a long, faithful run. And with these changes on our radar for a while now, we've been thinking about how we want to approach the leadership of our children's ministry going forward. And one of the things that we really felt called to is to have a greater pastoral presence and emphasis for our families. That is, a ministry that doesn't just encompass ministry to children, but also their parents. And so we are excited to announce that Rob Johnson, sitting next to me, who along with his wife Erin and their children have been a part of our Grace family for many years, Rob will be coming on board to provide leadership to our young families, as well as oversight to our children's ministry. And because we're in this odd phase of not being able to have normal Sunday school and childcare, Rob's role will be part-time for now, setting fresh vision for our ministry to children and parents and preparing us for re-entry when hopefully things eventually loosen up on our gathering restrictions. Rob's role here in this way has been on our radar for a while now, and we are so thrilled to have him a part of our team. So Rob, welcome, my friend.
Thanks. I'm so excited to take on this role and serve the families of our church. This role especially excites me because I have a heart to shepherd, but especially to do so in this community. I love our church a lot, and I have loved being a part of it for the past 10 years. As I've recently entered a long season of parenting in my own life, my passion to disciple my own kids has developed a passion to shepherd and equip families to disciple their children as well. I'm excited to come alongside all of our families and lead our church in fruitful discipleship. And so as we look to the fall, be on the lookout for announcements from us as they relate to home gatherings, weekend gatherings in the courtyards, and family events, maybe even some seminars. In the email you received with the link to this video, there is a link to a short survey I would love for all of the families to complete. This survey will help our family's team evaluate needs and determine how to best lead and serve our families. The entire survey should take less than 2 to 3 minutes. Again, I am so thrilled to serve our families. I consider it a great privilege to serve in this role and to do so in this community, which I have come to know and love so dearly.
Thanks, my friend. Well, there you have it. We look forward to seeing you all soon. And let me just say, I'm so grateful we're in this together. And I'm looking forward to all the good things God has in store for us this year. So grace and peace to you.